Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Paralegal Certificate Course Informational Webinar from CLS by BARBRI. We'll get started here in just a minute to allow all of our attendees to join us. Our webinar today will start with a presentation from our Business Development Director, Stephanie Elio. And following the presentation, we'll be here for about 15 minutes to answer your questions. So please be sure to drop them in the Q&A feature, and either one of our enrollment counselors working in the background here will answer you directly, or we'll address it during the live Q&A. So with that, I'm going to introduce Stephanie from CLS, who will get our presentation started today.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn about the Paralegal Certificate course. We're going to whip through the agenda really quick here, a few ground rules. Everyone came for the same purpose, and that is to learn about this course. As mentioned, we do have some enrollment counselors working in the background, so you are able to submit some questions throughout the presentation. If you do, please make those questions relevant and be kind. If they aren't, your comments will be deleted and you may be asked to leave. I will be talking about CLS by BARBRI, how our online support works for our courses, the instructor, team, classmate interaction, course grading and time commitments that you would expect, a little bit overview about the course itself, what those learning outcomes are, how our interactive assessments work, and to go on about what would happen after you earn the paralegal certificate if you're looking into taking some other advanced courses. We are really excited today to introduce our new badging program, and we'll talk about the career outlook for paralegals. And in addition to that, we have some new information about our new BARBRI Job Network. So some really very exciting things to talk about today. The partner schools that we work with, and we will end up with about a 15-minute live Q&A. So if you have questions, the basic stuff I'm going to go over through this presentation. But if you feel you have a question that I'm not answering, please either submit it to our enrollment counselors or save it for the live Q&A at the end. Let's go ahead and dig in. CLS by BARBRI. If you've been investigating our courses for quite some time, you may have seen us under our previous name, which was the Center for Legal Studies. The Center for Legal Studies has actually been around for 42 years. About a year and a half ago, we became part of the BARBRI family, and we couldn't be prouder to be part of BARBRI Global. They are a world leader in legal education, distant learning, training, and certification. So very exciting time to take our courses and be part of BARBRI. Reasons to enroll in our courses include the following. We really do strive to maintain affordable tuition for our students. Flexible delivery. We train both online, which is by far our most popular format for delivery, but we also have text only and some live lecture available. The credibility achieved by earning one of our certificates when you go out into the marketplace is unsurmounted by any other program. Not only do you have the CLS name and BARBRI Global behind that, but we partner with accredited college and universities, and the certificate you earn upon completion will be issued by the school you designate when you register. All of our courses are taught by experienced and current professionals, long-standing licensed attorneys, and very high-ranking paralegals. And the professionalism of the staff that work here at CLS by BARBRI is also top-notch. We don't only offer the paralegal certificate, but a whole portfolio of other legal support staff training courses, things like legal nurse consultant, legal investigation, legal secretary. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can see other archived webinars that we have done about those courses. Today, we're all here to learn about the paralegal certificate course. We have actually trained in our lifetime of working with schools and students more graduates in the legal field than any other company any other training provider. And all of our coursework is designed and updated to remain on pace with the current industry. Our courses are 100% online delivery. I mentioned the other formats, and if you're interested in one of those, you can always send a request for information to info@legalstudies.com. Our enrollment counselors would be happy to explain how those work. But the online, which, as I mentioned, is our most popular format, it is an asynchronous delivery. So basically what that means to you is that this is instructor led. You have classmates, so you've got connectivity, but at the same time, you're never required to be logged on at any particular time of day or day of the week for that matter. There are very specific start and end dates for every online session that we have, but once a course begins, you do have a username and a password that will give you 24/7 access into our system. So you don't need any special software, anything like that. It's all delivered on our systems, and then you get access 24/7, so you can log in 5 a.m., 2 in the afternoon, 6 p.m. Doesn't really matter. Instructors will typically post what the written and reading assignments are on Monday morning. Deadlines are typically Sunday night. So you'll be able to manage your own schedule. There are video and printed tutorials on that platform, and we do provide administrative and technical support for all of our students throughout the time they are taking their courses. As I mentioned, you have the ability to be connected. So there are discussion forums that are built into the delivery system. You have bulletin board discussions that you will participate in on a weekly basis. Basically, how that works is the instructor will post what the topic for discussion is at the beginning of the week, and your obligation is to participate. Doesn't matter what time you do, as long as you do. So you log on, read that topic for discussion, read other comments, submit your own. And you also have additional assignments throughout the week that include both reading assignments and written. They may be quizzes, tests, or some type of document preparation that is assigned for that week. The main idea I want to get across to all of you today is that our online courses are designed for busy adult students. Many of our students have got full-time jobs. They have families. They are caring for elderly parents, several obligations in their normal life, and they manage to do this program at the same time. You should anticipate somewhere between 8 to 12 hours per week to dedicate for your online time, reading time. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be online that entire time. There's a lot of reading in this program, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. Grading and time commitment. So here we are. That 8 to 12 hours a week I just mentioned. A lot of that is going to be reading. When you try to calculate exactly how much time you're going to need, there's a few components I want you to consider in that. One is your personal reading comprehension. Everybody's a little bit different. If you're the type of person that can read things on a first run and comprehend them well, be able to retain the information very well, you're going to be on the lower end of that time commitment. If you feel that you need to read things multiple times, then you may be on the higher end. If you're spending between 15 and 20 hours a week on any course that we offer, I strongly recommend you communicate with your instructor. They're there to help you. You may be on the wrong track. You may be overthinking something. So that general gauge under 15 hours is expected and reasonable. If you're beyond that, reach out. We want to help you. The grading. I want to get into some detail and explain why 70% or better is a minimum passing score. So there are weekly tests, there's quizzes, there's those discussion items within the forums. The reason we require 70% or better is because you're taking this program to get job skills, to go out in the real world, to either career change or advance in your current career. You cannot go into the real world in a real job and be really great at some skills and not so good at others. You need to be fully competent in all skills. So there is no cumulative grading. 70% or better is a requirement for every assignment. So what does that mean for you? I bomb a test. I don't pass a quiz. I fail something. That doesn't mean you're bombing out of the program. What that means is you're going to reach out to your instructor, get additional instruction in why you did not pass that particular assignment, and you will be given an opportunity to redo it. We are here to support you at CLS by BARBRI. We want you to be successful. The instructors are there for that very same purpose. So not to sweat it. If something doesn't go well, you're going to have a chance to redo it. Some few testimonials that I want you to take a minute to read. They're not only here, but you can also see quite a lot of feedback from our students on our social media channels. Facebook, our page is CLS by BARBRI. You can find that there. There's a ton of reviews that are written by students about our courses. We also have a testimonial tab on our website under the CLS, About CLS page. So feel free to take a look at those. They are all by recent students within the last year or two that have taken courses for the same kind of reasons that you're here today. A little bit overview about the course itself. You can actually see a full syllabus, not only for the paralegal certificate course on our website, but for every course that we offer. We want students to make educated decisions. We want you to see what those learning objectives are before you register, so you know exactly what we're going to teach. Our goal for you is that the course you register for is a good fit. We want to make sure we're teaching what you want to learn. So in the paralegal certificate course itself, it is a 14-week online training. It is delivered in 2 consecutive sessions. So when you go to our website and you look at our online schedule, you'll actually see a full 12-month outlook, and it's a rolling calendar. So we'll always show you the next 6 sessions in the future, 12 months out. The paralegal certificate, as I mentioned, is delivered in 2 sessions, but the tuition price that you see, $15.95, will pay for both sessions. You do not need to register for 2. Simply select the session in which you want to begin. We will automatically enroll you in the following. Some of the content included in this course include basic legal research. We use Westlaw for that. Legal writing, civil procedure, ethics. There's an ethics element in every course we teach. Torts, evidence, contracts. You can, again, I want to repeat, see that full syllabus on our website. You can get to a full syllabi menu under the About CLS tab, or if you go to one of the individual school course pages for paralegal, you'll see down in the online section, just scroll down to the course schedule section and then click the green online box. You'll see a link to the syllabus, and beneath that, you'll see all upcoming session dates. The next online session begins very, very soon on May 3rd. Those interactive formative assessments. This is a new tool that we have launched in the last 6 months or so in our online paralegal course, and it's an opportunity for you to test your knowledge before you take a test, before you take a quiz. There are video recorded lectures there, and you're going to be able to use these to get immediate feedback. They're almost like playing a match game or a puzzle, and they are interactive. You can do them as many times as you like to test your retention of the information before you take those tests or quizzes. So an awesome new addition to our online paralegal certificate course. I want to talk a little bit about advancing your education after you've completed the paralegal certificate. Now you'll see on that nice little blue map there that California is kind of sticking out. The reason it is because California is the only state in the nation that actually has regulations for paralegal training. All other states, you are eligible to go to work as a paralegal upon completing the paralegal certificate, that 14-week training. If you live in California, you intend to work in California, it is actually a requirement through the California Business and Profession Code 6450 that you complete additional training. We can help you achieve that goal by going through our advanced paralegal certificate. It is comprised of 16 specialty topics of law. You see them listed on the slide deck in front of you. And each one of these subtopics is a 7-week class. In order to earn the advanced certificate, you would need to complete 6 of those topics. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be out there for a whole nother year. We've got a lot of flexibility in your scheduling when it comes to advanced topics. You can take them 1, 2, or 3 at a time. So most of our California students, they want to get done on a fast track, crank out their paralegal certificate in 14 weeks, and then accomplish completion of their advanced coursework in another 14 weeks. And you can do that if you do 3+3. I've got a little gauge that I advise students to use when determining what kind of load they want to carry. And that you can kind of determine after you've gotten through the paralegal certificate. So if you get through that first program and you're scoring, 90 and above on all of your work and your life's really manageable, you can easily do 3+3. If you are kind of stressed and you're struggling and meeting maybe 80 to 90 range and life's getting stressful, maybe cut it back to 2. If you're really having a tough time with the load in paralegal and maybe had to retake some assignments, your time management was not as effective as you'd like it to be because maybe your life just got busy and crazy, then maybe you want to do them one at a time. And you do have that option. You've actually got 12 months to complete all 6, and that clock starts ticking when you take the first one. Now, that has been like just a standard course of action for our California students. We're going to talk a moment about badging, which I mentioned when I went over the agenda for today. We are incredibly excited about. One of the reasons that our paralegal students throughout the rest of the nation didn't jump in to take so many advanced courses is because they needed 6 and they could go straight to work. So maybe they'd come back a year later or year and a half and try to pick up 1 or 2 specialty topics to enhance that role that they're fulfilling in a firm or a particular job. Well, you don't get a certificate until you complete 6. Now, with our badging, which I believe we're going to look at, here we go, badges. Our new affiliation with Credly is going to enable all of our paralegal students to pick up documentation for taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 topics, however many you want. And the digital badging is so awesome because when you complete a course, this badge is going to be a digital document that illustrates all the skills that you have learned in that course. So we talked about some of the learning objectives in paralegal, the ethics, the legal research. Those different things that you learn are now going to be included in that digital badge. For advanced paralegal, our California folks, you will earn your advanced paralegal certificate course badge, but you will also earn 6 individual badges that demonstrate what skills you learned in the individual topics. For those of you that do not reside in California, you are able upon completion of your paralegal certificate, which remains a prerequisite, you will be able to take 1, 2, 3, whatever specialty topics you want, and earn a digital badge for completion of that course. If you are interested in additional information, you've got want to receive a letter of or an email that goes over the FAQs about what badging is, how to use your badges, that kind of thing, please submit a request to our enrollment counselors at info@legalstudies.com. They'll be able to send you an email that really has got like an FAQ page about all of those things. And very soon on our website, you'll be able to see landing pages that illustrate that as well. We are literally launching this today. So we are very excited for the people that join this class to be the first earners of these badges. What are you going to do after you earn your certificate and your badge? If you don't already have a job, you're going to be looking for one. And we want you to know that almost all industries out there actually hire paralegals. Everybody knows they work in law firms, so that's a given. But paralegals also work in real estate. They work in the insurance industry. They work in the banking industry, government agencies, the court systems. And the list goes on and on and on. There are a ton of opportunities for paralegals, and it's actually one of the most transferable skill sets that you can get. You know, even car dealerships hire paralegals to do the contract work. So there are just a ton of opportunities out there. This program, not only earning a certificate from one of our partner institutions, but having your badge come from CLS by BARBRI is going to help you to stand out from the competition, which is what you want to do. Not only be well trained and positioned for that next job and next role in your career, but have employers recognize where you got your training. And I guarantee they will recognize the BARBRI name. Earning potential. The paralegal profession is still in a very steady growth mode. We are expecting 10%, not we, the US Department of Labor, who actually publishes the occupational handbook every other year, is projecting a 10% growth rate between now and 2029, which is awesome. The median salary currently across the United States is almost $53,000 a year, plus benefits. Different industries pay a little more, a little less. Federal government jobs are fantastic, almost $70K a year plus benefits. And they're going to vary from location to location based on cost of living, but this gives you some pretty good insight into what's available out there for you. Another really exciting thing that we are launching currently with CLS by BARBRI, and that is our inclusion for paralegals in the BARBRI Job Network. This will be connecting legal employers, attorneys, law firms, agencies, corporations that want to hire paralegals with our completers, people that earn our certificate. So right now, joining and creating a profile in the BARBRI Job Network is free to you. You can find a link to it by going to our website, legalstudies.com. If you go to the About CLS tab, just hover over it. It's going to give you a drop-down menu. You'll see the word careers. You can click on that, and it's going to have job posts that we've been putting up for years. We've always had law firms, corporations, and agencies that want to hire our graduates, and we post opportunities there. But you're going to see a new link that takes you over to the job network. This is basically our old career page on major steroids. It is multifaceted now. It's not only job posts, but you can create your own profile for employers to view. You can also go to the recruiter profile where you're going to get advice for how to interview, what kind of jobs to look for, all kinds of advice from our instructors and current attorneys that work within the BARBRI network. I encourage you to check that out. It's something that's brand new for our paralegal students, and it's certainly going to help you with your end goal, and that is finding that next employment position. How to enroll. You need to choose a school to have your certificate issued when you complete. Currently, the Center for Legal Studies works with about 150 accredited college and universities throughout the nation. On the screen now, you see a sampling of some of our schools. But we do have 150, and it is our recommendation that if we have a partner school where you live, where you intend to work, that is the wise choice for you. They are all accredited institutions. They all partner with CLS by BARBRI. The courses will still be taught by licensed attorneys, high-ranking paralegals that work for us. But the certificate you earn upon completion will be issued by the school you designate when you register. If you have any questions about how to select your school or navigate our website, we do encourage you to call our enrollment counselors. You can email them at info@legalstudies.com, or you can actually call us direct. We are available from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I'm sorry, 8 to 6, extra hour there for you late folks. 8 to 6 Central Standard Time, and our number's 800-522-7737. It'll be on the screen here in just a moment for you as well. Course cost. Everything from learning about our courses, viewing the syllabi, registering for the course, purchasing your books, sending an information request can be done on our website at legalstudies.com. The tuition for the paralegal certificate course is $1,595. I do want to repeat that tuition price includes both sessions. You do not need to register for multiple sessions. Simply the one in which you want to begin, we will automatically enroll you in the one that follows. There are required textbooks for this program. They are not included in the tuition price. You should estimate about $400. Every book that is required for this program is listed in our bookstore. It's also listed on the course page where you register. So there's a really nice button there, just add them all to cart and you can get them. I guarantee that our books are incredibly competitively priced. We always have them all available. We'll drop ship them in one lump sum to your doorstep, one box. So you're not trying to get things from multiple sources. If you do want to shop your books out, it's okay. We do provide the ISBN number for every book that we require if you choose to shop them out. I encourage you to really pay attention to that ISBN number. Make sure that you're going to get the right book and the right edition, and verify your shipping. Next classes begin in less than 2 weeks. If you order your books within the next 5 days, we can pretty much guarantee, barring any major weather disasters for UPS, we can guarantee that you're going to have them in time. We'll also guarantee you have the right edition and the right book. So getting your textbooks from us is really a pretty secure source. The other item you'll need is a Westlaw subscription, which is an incredible value when purchasing through us for our students. We have a global rate, so it is unbeatable anywhere else. That $89 will give you 7 weeks access, and you do need it during the second 7 weeks of your training. It's not necessary during the first 7 weeks. If you want to purchase it when you get your books and your tuition, that's fine. Don't worry about when it will be activated. We know when you need it. So if you get it all up front, the Westlaw subscription will be held in reserve until your second 7 weeks, and we'll activate it at that time. CLS by BARBRI does offer a few payment options. So you can simply check out with a credit card when you exit the shopping cart, or you can apply for a firm. We partnered up with a firm almost a year ago at this time, and it will allow you to fill out a really quick application. Takes all of 2 minutes, pretty fast, to find out if you qualify for that. You do it upon checkout, um, at the checkout screen. Once you submit that application, a firm will take over and they will run your information through their system. If you are approved, they're going to come back to you and let you know what your repayment options would be. And a sample to let you know how that works. If you're approved, and they do accept a really wide range of credit, so I encourage you to apply. Even if you think it might not be an option for you, apply anyway, because you may be surprised. They will come back with repayment scenarios, things like 3, 6, 9, 12, up to 18-month repayment plans. And you can put the tuition, the books, and Westlaw all into that repayment plan. How to enroll. Here's our phone number again for you. It is 1-800-522-7737. If you have any questions, you'd like to speak to one of our enrollment counselors, I encourage you to call. They are extremely knowledgeable, very friendly, and they've got a ton of answers. So they'd be happy to take your call. You can also email info, info, @legalstudies.com, and they'll be able to respond to you that way as well. Please visit our website, legalstudies.com. It is a wealth of information. Courses start every 8 weeks. Don't wait. We are filling up for the next session now. We'd love for you to register today if you haven't already done so. The next start date is May the 3rd, which is about a week and a half away. And I think we're going to open it up to some questions now.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. As we said at the beginning of the presentation, we're going to answer some of your questions here live. So if you have a question, please put it in the Q&A feature. And again, we'll either respond directly or live here on the webinar. And if we don't get to your question, you can reach out to us at the contact information Stephanie just shared, and we will put it up on the screen again before we complete the presentation. Anyway, let's get started with the first question. Stephanie, can you clarify, are there any prerequisites for the paralegal certificate course, and what's the education needed prior to taking that course?
Prerequisites for the paralegal certificate and almost all of our courses are the same, and that is going to be high school diploma or GED. And we don't say that because we want you to dig that document up out of your basement or your attic and prove it to us. We say that so that students come prepared. These courses are all taught on a college level. So I mentioned earlier, we want you to be successful. In order to do that, you do need to come to the table with college level reading and writing skills. You have that, you're good to go. These courses are offered through continuing and professional education. They are open enrollment, so anyone can take them.
Great, thank you. And can you explain again how a student should go about selecting the school that issues their certificate?
It is our recommendation that you select a school that is near where you intend to live and work. If by chance we don't have a school exactly in your area, choose the closest one, perhaps one in your state. Currently, we only have about 4 or 5 states where we do not have a partner school currently. If that is the case for you, then our recommendation is to choose one from a neighboring state. Okay. All of the schools offer our courses. The courses are owned and taught by CLS by BARBRI, but the certificate will come from the school. Okay.
Great, thank you. And we have a question asking, after someone is completed with the paralegal certificate course, they will be qualified to work. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yes. Unless you reside in the state of California, and then you will need to complete your advanced coursework as well to be in compliance with the California Business and Professions Code.
Great,
And we
you.
do recommend students that are completing our paralegal certificate, now that we have those badges, take a look at extending to specialize in a specific area of the law, whether it be 1, 2, 3 areas, however many. but the pricing on those advanced topics is $400 per class. Typically, they only require one book. So to be able to go out in the world and have your paralegal certificate in addition to some specialty training in either family law, immigration law, estate planning, something like that, and the badge to back up that skill attainment is certainly going to position you well in the marketplace.
Great, thank you. And that kind of leads into the next question of, do you have any advice for students who either are in California and need to take the advanced course, or live elsewhere and are just interested, how they should select which topics they take?
I encourage students to review the syllabi for each. You know, the things that you're going to learn the most, retain the best, and really fare the best out in the world are the things that you are passionate about. So there are 16 topics to choose from. If you're completing all 6 to earn that advanced certificate, you know, pick a variety. You can certainly speak to your instructors once you're in those classes and get a feel for things. But I can tell you, if it was not a marketable topic and valued out in the world, in the industry, we wouldn't offer it. So they all have value. I recommend you choose the things that you're very passionate about. If you're going to select multiple topics and you want to be well-rounded, you know, alternative dispute resolution and victim advocacy go well together. So if you take one, you might also want to take the other. If you are not sure which field you want to be working in, then maybe select, you know, a wide variety. If you're sure that you're going to be working in a law firm, then a criminal law firm, for instance, then maybe criminal law and criminal procedure should be on your list. Everybody's different. So I would say, you know, as you're going through your initial paralegal certificate, have conversations with the peers you meet in class, have conversations with your instructor. Think about what your goals are, where you might want to go to work. And you don't have to choose all 6 right up front. You can take those one at a time. You can make choices one at a time. You can take one and see how it goes and come back and select to take additional. It's something that you can return and keep adding to your skill sets.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. You mentioned the online discussion forums and online portal that's available 24/7 to students. How else can students reach out to their instructors, and how long does it normally take to hear back from instructors?
There are email tools. Our online system, our LMS, learning management system, is called Moodle. If you've ever taken an online class before through Blackboard or Canvas, or perhaps Moodle, because it's a very popular higher education online learning tool, you'll know that there are email tools that you can submit questions, inquiries to your instructor. You will have feedback tools on the discussion board. If you need something in addition to email communication, you can send a request to your instructor through the system to have a Zoom meeting or maybe a phone call or some one-on-one time. What I want you to keep in mind when you do that is that we employ to teach our courses and contract with our instructors, they are licensed attorneys. They're high-ranking paralegals. Yes, they have teaching experience. Yes, they have legal background, but they're also still currently working in the field. So they've got 10 plus years of experience of all those things, but they've got jobs just like most of our students do. So at the beginning of your course, they will post what their availability is. And typically an instructor is going to post some regular office hours. So during that time, you can have scheduled appointments or get a more ready, more quickly delivered response. If you're inquiring for them to respond to you about something, you're asking questions that are outside those office hours, typically they're going to get back to you somewhere within 24 and 72 hours. It depends. Keep in mind, these attorneys, they may be in trial, in court, they may have something going on in their own job, but typically, 48 hours in the medium there, you're going to get a response back. You also have, full business hours access to the support teams at CLS by BARBRI. So we provide administrative and technical support for you on a daily basis.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. Can you clarify if any other resources or materials are needed in order to take this course besides the textbooks you went over?
You got you're going to need internet access. You don't need any special software or anything like that, preferably a laptop, but we've had students that take it on an iPad. Desktop computer or laptop is good. You don't need any other books or materials other than what is on that required list. There's one recommended tool that actually I encourage you all to consider adding when you go to checkout if you're going to register and get your books through us, and that is the Oren's Dictionary of the Law. There is a ton of new vocabulary in not only this course, but all of the legal courses that we teach. And having your own personal law dictionary is really something that should be in your general toolbox. You won't just use it for class. You'll use it throughout your career. So we sell the Oren's Dictionary of the Law, and if you don't already have one, I recommend you get that. Beyond that, you're good to go.
Great, thank you. You mentioned that CLS has all of our courses and sessions listed for the next year. When can those be found, or where can those be found? And what is the deadline for our May 3rd course start date?
We recommend that students register 2 weeks prior. We do accept registration right up to the day classes start. So it is not too late to get into the next start session on May 3rd. You can absolutely do that anytime between now and then, but we encourage you to do it now because we want to get your book shipped to you. Remember, I said that syllabus is available. That syllabus not only includes all the learning objectives, but it also includes the reading charts. So if you get your books ordered today, you can have them before class starts and get a jump start on some of that. And we want you to be well prepared. So earlier than better, earlier the better. As far as finding all those future dates on our website, every single course offering for every school has got a page on our website. So when you click, maybe find a course on the home page, click the course title, click what state you're in, which format you want, click search. It's going to provide the school names. When you click on that school name, it's going to bring up the page that talks about the course. It's going to give you a couple of paragraphs about what the job outlook is. It's going to talk about California and links for that if you happen to reside there. But then you're going to scroll down the page a little more, get to the course schedule section. You will see a green box that says online. Click that, and it will expand the section. Get a link to the syllabus, and it will show you all future session dates. If you have any trouble navigating our website, please call our 800 number. That's 800-522-7737. Our enrollment counselors will be happy to help you navigate that website.
All right, thank you very much, Stephanie. With that, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you to everyone for attending today. If you have any further questions we did not get to during the webinar, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. As Stephanie just said, our phone number and email and website are now listed on the screen. Our enrollment counselors are available and ready to help you. We will be sending out the video recording of this webinar if you would like to watch it back. So please look out for that in your email inbox by the end of the week. And again, as we've mentioned, our next course start date is Monday, May 3rd. So now is the perfect time to visit legalstudies.com, get your books ordered, and enroll today. Thank you all again, and a special thank you to Stephanie for your time today. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you all. Bye-bye. Hope to see you in class.